Good morning. I think we are live. Thank you, viewers, for joining us. Today is February the 27th. I'm always scared of saying the date because I have the day wrong. Is it 27 or 26? 27. Yes. February the 27th. And my name is Mona Chimsag. I'm here in Houston, Texas, and I have my sisters here with me, as well as our special guest, backed by popular demand. So she will be introducing herself shortly. Sisters, please go ahead.
Good morning, viewers. My name is Augusta. I'm here in Richmond, Texas. Thank you for joining us.
Should I go ahead?
Yeah, it looks like she froze.
Sister, you didn't hear me?
No, I heard it. Is it okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, good morning, viewers. My name is Dr. April Simon Okube. I'm in Lexington, Kentucky. Thank you for joining us. I want to give you a short food for thought. You have heard that it said that knowledge is power. But today we tell you that when you know what your enemy knows, you will fight him from the point of strength and not point of weakness. Whenever you are informed, remember that you have received the power to make a difference. So why not begin today? Thank you.
Thank you. Exactly. Why not you begin today? So I hope everybody can hear us. Oh my God, Sister disappeared. Hopefully she will come back on. All right. Sister, we just text her. She comes back and she should wait, and I'll bring her in a few minutes. All right. So our topic today, as usual, we have this on Facebook on Wednesday. Wednesday by Thursday, we usually have this out. Can you guys hear me? I'm hearing noise.
I hear double echo.
You're hearing double echo?
Yeah, like echo.
Okay. What about now? Is it better?
I'm still hearing echo. I don't know. Augusta, I hear echo. Yeah, it's like muffled sound.
It's modeled.
Okay, so maybe I need to.
And where's Sister Ndidi?
The network now. You know how that goes.
Yeah, in that country.
Echo cancellation button is click. Okay, is it gone? Is it better now? No? You're still hearing muffled? I don't know our audience. Okay, so Aisha said there is an echo. I don't know where.
Okay, the Facebook is back on. I think
Is it better now?
Echo.
So Augusta, speak. Let me watch. Let me see if Sister Augusta. So Augusta, can you speak?
Yes.
Augusta,
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a bit. Is it clearer now?
Sister Augusta is clear.
What about me?
It's only Sister Mona that is more.
Yeah, that's where the echo is coming from.
Yeah, but Augusta is okay, clear.
Okay. Okay, what about now? It's a little bit better.
It's a little bit better. I think we can go with it. But Sister,
Okay. All right. I hate this feeling. I stay up all morning and try to get this thing going and still something happens. All right, thank you. We have to go.
we need to check Sister Didi. She's saying that she got thrown out. Can you check the backstage to see if she's still there? She just doesn't know what is going on. She got thrown out.
Thrown out.
Yeah, disconnected, as in the system threw her out. So check.
Can
Is she in
you
the back?
let me see. Which ones? Comments. Can you have her try to log back in again?
Okay.
All right, I'm hearing the little bit echo myself. All right, hopefully it won't be that bad. Okay, she's back in. All right, good morning. Sorry for this mishappening every day. So irritating. Anyway, our topic today. Oh, Splendid is back. Okay, so I'll add her back to the screen. Yeah, freedom from everything holding us hostage. That's our topic today. Freedom from everything holding us hostage. So we are nations and nationalities and not a tribe. When you use the term like tribes or ethnic groups to describe us, you then buy into the lies of the colonial masters. There are those who kill and kidnap us today. These people have already kidnapped our sovereignty, heritage, and destiny. And they are still holding us hostage because majority of Nigerians are still suffering from what we call Stockholm Syndrome. I know some of us have heard this term before. Stockholm Syndrome is a psychological response that occurs when hostage or oppressors or the oppressed bond with their captors or abusers to the extent that they begin to sympathize with them and may go as far as feeling that they share common goals and causes. We'll be giving you guys some examples of this today. They may even begin to promote the cause of their oppressors and campaign for them at elections, just like we have witnessed in the southern and the middle belt of Nigeria since our lives, really. At a recent so-called urgent conversations event going on, the notorious body bag governor, the man himself, El-Rufai, made a presentation which was nothing but a true confession to the fact that the caliphate was not only pretending for the longest time not to know the real issue driving the country-wide demand for immediate restructuring and regional autonomy, or even the angry agitation going on for independence because of the dead country called Nigeria. El-Rufai maintained his dishonesty and insincerity by accusing the indigenous people of Nigeria, who have been calling for justice for the victims of 2017, the Aguata massacre, for instance, of ethnic profiling. He went further to say that to water down the already UN acknowledgement of genocide going on against the people in Nigeria, because these people happens to be his kinsmen. So today, we welcome our guest, retired British Metropolitan Police Officer, Mrs. Ndidi Uwachua, who will share her opinion today like she did before. She was here at our previous show telling us why we cannot amend a fraudulent constitution. Because once it is deemed fraudulent, you can't do anything with it, you just have to discard it. So she'll be shedding some light today. And we'll be looking at how the self-determination of Nigerian indigenous nationalities will open up their communities to civilization and development once this constitutional force majeure comes to fruition. We will look at Nina's proposed Nigerian transitional government. We'll also look at the place of African women in politics, because we know that what has been going on where we come from in that continent. And finally, the importance of preserving the identity of Ndi Igbo and the viability of the Igbo nation. So, Ms. Ndidi, please go ahead and introduce yourself for us. Can you hear me? Sister Ndidi.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, there you
Can
are.
you hear me? Uh-huh.
Yes. Yes, we can. Sister Ndidi, you're not speaking.
Shall I introduce myself?
Yes.
Oh, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Hello, my name is Ndidi Uwachua. I'm I'm a retired London police officer, but my parentage is from Anyoma in Nigeria. So I'm at Ogwashuku at Nwane. It's not far from Asaba. And I'm outside. I'm under a tree because that's the only place I can get network. If you see me holding something in front of my face, it's a fan. So please excuse me for that. It's because it's hot out here. So that's me. And when I came here after retiring from the Metropolitan Police Service, and I started a farm right here at Nwane. But the Fulani herdsmen began to destroy my farm. They destroyed the structures. They set it on fire. They harassed the workers. So to cut a long story short, I'm also a failed farmer because the Fulani herdsmen destroyed my investments and my farming hopes. So that is me.
Thank you, Sister Lidu, for that. And it's so sad because this is a common phenomenon going on back home where people will come back with their retirement to try to create some type of employment for our people, and the Fulanis will intentionally destroy it, and our people are still planning on going for 2023 election. Madness. All right, so we're going to start today by playing our first video. This video is, Steffi, please go ahead and give us a little brief on that video while I look for it.
All right. Which one are you starting with? Is it the
first one?
The first one is Governor Otam from Benue State, lamenting, the West Fulani's wrote letter to him, sent to people, did conference and all that. They stated what they are doing because they're not hiding it. And we tell our people that these things they're doing, they didn't hide it. Everything is in open. It's just people that chose to close their eyes, people that chose to close their ears and say they won't hear. So this is Governor Otam from Benue State. Listen very well so that you can get the information very well. And share, please. Remember to share. Click the button like. So August Muna, when you're ready, let me know. Click the button like and share.
Oh, I'm ready, my dear. Sorry.
2018, 14th January 2018. That was when they held this meeting in Kano. And they issued this press statement.
Steffi, are you here?
The Fulani nationality movement, after extensive deliberation on the state of the nation in the context of recent killings and national uproar, met today in Kano, the capital of Kano State. Amongst other things, the FUNAM deliberated on attacks on cattle by rustlers, kidnapping of Fulani men and women in some parts of Nigeria, displacement of Fulani traditional settlements in the northern Nigeria and some parts of southern Nigeria, stealing of properties belonging to the Fulani cattle owners, amongst other issues. The group also deliberated on the political situation in Nigeria occasioned by the irresponsible calls for restructuring of Nigeria, and historic and vicious attack on Fulani people by southern nationalities and their cohorts in the Middle West. The plot to ensure Fulani are pushed out to backbench in the power equation in Nigeria, and above all, the vicious campaign against the God-ordained place of Fulani as a leading standard in Nigeria. And after extensive deliberation, we hereby make the following declaration. Listen very well. A, the killings in Benue State of the thief is well deserved. It was a revenge attack on series of onslaught on the Fulani, which most parodies on November 17, 2017, and when 30 Fulani men and women were killed in Nasarawa State. We noticed the recalcitrant culture of the Chief people as demonstrated even in the 1804 jihad, when they obstructed our ordained conquest of Nigeria. D, we condemn the media propaganda again to wage war against the Fulani and supported by Yoruba Igbo and their bigotry allies in the Middle Belt. That we are aware of plots by minority ethnic groups in the Middle Belt to attack Fulani settlements. D, that we have asked all Fulani across West Africa to raise money and arms to prosecute the oncoming war. We call on all Fulanis to prepare for this holy war. There is no going back. All over the world, Nigeria is the only country given to Fulani by God.
God punish them.
Here's something. This was a press conference held in Kano. This is important. It is before the media, it's on social media. E, we oppose anti-grazing laws which obstruct the ability of Fulani to move freely and stay anywhere in Nigeria. The Fulani, if not for the British, would have actually conquered the entire Nigeria which God has ordained as our dominion. That the cattle colony is the only solution to the crisis. You remember when the federal government brought the issue of cattle colony and Ruga, which we resisted here in Benue State. Whether the federal government or state government accept it or not, we must ask all Fulani herdsmen all over West Africa to move to Nigeria to penetrate every corner for the upcoming jihad. You see the reason? We have asked them to be armed, since it seems it is the only language that Nigerians understand. The Nigerian government has failed to protect us. So you see the narrative. We want those who oppose Fulani cattle trade to be cautious of the consequences. We are ready for the worst. We are prepared for war. There is hope for peace if and only if attacks on Fulani herdsmen stop and the Fulani is allowed to settle anywhere that the Fulani choose to settle in Nigeria. We are Nigerians and are free to settle anywhere we desire with our culture, our families, our commerce, and our values to the glory of Almighty Allah. Any attempt or attempts to reverse this demand will be met with holy uprising never before seen in the history of Nigeria, and in the scale compared to only with the 1804 jihad. A word is enough for the wise. The Fulani is capable of defending itself. Signed.
Is it me that it's not hearing? Sister Mona?
You have to unmute yourself. She muted herself.
So, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. No, I was saying that, you know, this communique that he wrote, he mentioned was written in 2018. It's nothing new. Except
Samona, you're muted again. It muted you. The thing muted you by itself. It's even a press conference. It was not even hidden. These people are not even hiding anything they're doing. They did a press conference in Kano. Where were my people? Where were the politicians? A press conference that is loaded like this. This loaded with details of everything that they needed to do and they want to do. And you still say you did not hear them. Are you deaf and dumb? Samuna, please unmute yourself so that I'll play the next one. Yes, you are unmuted now. Let's now hear the Sheikh Gumi the almighty Gumi, that is the one that is speaking for the killers and the terrorists, and he's imposing them on us, and even telling the journalists, if you dare call them criminals, we come for you.
Can you
He's
imagine?
not hiding it on national TV. And some people that call themselves politicians are still saying they're not listening, they're not hearing. If you're not hearing, we are hearing, because it's we that we kill. Because you have your plane that once anything happens, you fly out of the country. The church leaders, anything happens, you fly out of the country. We cannot fly. Our people, our children cannot fly. They have nowhere to go to. So if you're not hearing the threats, we are hearing the threats. And we're not joking about it.
No volume.
No volume again.
Systems.
To their police to escort us to a reasonable distance, because there are some bandits, or I call them now militants, that don't allow police to near. And some don't care. You can go with the police and they're ready to talk.
Why do you choose to call them militants
I choose
and
to
not
call them
bandits?
Yes, because now they are fighting and they are kidnapping to get money. You see, now look at the example, the case, the latest case where they released a bus full of people. They were asking 500 million. Now they freed them with mere negotiation. They freed them free.
Nothing was paid.
Nothing was paid. Even one of the victim's father was calling me, thanking. You can ask the victims.
And you brokered this deal?
Yes, it's broken.
You brokered it?
In front of us, he said he's going to talk. He said he knows those who took the bus and he's going to talk with them. But for those who took the boys in the school, they are not sure of them. But he's still going to investigate who they are, and he's going to convince them to release them, because there's a peace process going on now.
How soon do you think this can happen?
Anytime they can be released, anytime, any minute. Since there's a peace process, so they're ready to lay down their arms, stop kidnapping, stop all the things they're doing. And you see, even we call them killer headsmen. How many people did they kill? They only kill, sometimes some of them are on drugs. Some of them are on drugs. So that killing is not killing they want the money. So they're ready and they're comfortable. They can keep somebody as long as they are, because they are in the bush, really in the bush. Getting there is very remote. They can keep somebody, so they don't have, when they kill, it must be accidental. Maybe somebody they took who is sick. But tell me, who they have killed? How many? Few.
They've killed people.
No, they don't kill. If they kill, in the bus, they kill people there. They want money from the people. They want, what do you call it?
They burn down houses. They've killed people.
This is another thing. That's not maybe if a nomadic man went to that village and he was killed or lynched, so they come in a group and ransack the village, not to steal, just to revenge. And this is their mode of defense, instilling fear. It's just like the honey. When you want to take its honey, the whole bunch of soldiers follow you. This is exactly, so that killing is not the stealing. You don't combine it with it's not because of what do you call it, criminality. It's because of ethnic revenge. And they don't attack a village except that village did something to one of them. In fact, you see that they will pass many villages and go to the one that they have problem and attack it. So this is the kind of killing, but I've told you it's a revenge.
You were being heard. You were heard on the video online that surfaced, and you were making reference to the fact, telling the Fulani community that non-Muslim soldiers were responsible for the atrocities against them, but that the Fulanis retaliate by attacking both Muslims and non-Muslims. What do you mean by that?
Okay, this is a misrepresentation, and it's.
Are my people hearing what I'm hearing? Did you hear Gumi? Did you just hear Gumi say that they didn't kill many, they kill few? So they will wait for Gumi to kill billions before we wake up, right? He cannot even understand English. They told him broken. He said broken. It's not broken. He said it's not broken. See the people we are discussing with. You know, he said it's not broken.
It's not broken.
What are we talking about? There's some of things that you listen to say, what are we doing? What is this?
What is this?
What is going on?
It looked more like a movie. You know, when you watch this what is it? The Walking Dead. I don't know. Not a fan of that movie anyway.
Yeah.
It looks like a movie, and I'm wondering how could even for him to even sit down there and somebody is interviewing him and he's saying that there's a kind of killing that they do, that it is called ethnic revenge. And that these bandits are not militants because they are.
It's really like a trophy. It's like they will come. You know, if somebody kills somebody, somebody trophy. You know, they will come. They will not see. They will ransack the village. They will come. You know, as if you are telling your children story of how people went to war.
By moonlight.
And all the things that happened. He said, "Yeah, tell by moonlight." You know, they will come. They will still enter in the village. Or they will just ransack the village. You see,
they will pass this other village and go to the other village. Are we? Jesus Christ!
Where is this happening? Am I dreaming?
This is happening in this century.
Am I awake or I'm dreaming? Is this real?
The guy now has a title. They're not calling Minister of Banditry Negotiation. There's so many titles out there that they give him. Because I can't imagine how a supposed... Okay, let me not even give him... Let us not even give him credit. There is somebody negotiating on behalf of the bandits. And we're looking for where these bandits are. And the federal government, they are negotiating in the millions of naira or in the billions of naira to give to these bandits. It doesn't make sense, Chineke. It does not just make sense.
There's a picture, there's a picture, because when we tell our people these things, we show them evidence. What we do here is to show you evidence. You see, Gumi, he completely unmasked the machinery of collusion between the Fulani government of Nigeria and Boko Haram.
Yes.
And the Fulanis and the headsmen, hold on. And the Fulani, they call headsmen, the terrorists, the bandits that they call them now. You can see them in that picture. The first person here is El Rufai, followed by Gumi, followed by Abubakar. You see them sitting together with their cousins, the terrorists. They are together. That's what we're telling our people. Our politicians especially, because our people get it. Our people are the ones dying. So the politicians are the ones we are talking to. I spoke to one of them a few days ago, and he was telling me, is white man coming here to kill us? Is white man coming? I couldn't even talk to him because I'm like, are you reasoning? So imagine that people like this are the people deciding on behalf of us, deciding for us. Our politicians, you better wake up or we wake you up. We wake you up in the way you will not know. Wake up or we wake you up, because we are seeing these things. These people are not joking. They are colluding. They have taken over all the machinery of the government, the so-called government. The government you have in Nigeria now is Fulani government. They have taken over everything, and they are just conquering and conquering every day. So we are seeing it. We are not blind. So politicians from south, politicians from southeast, politicians from southwest, politicians from middle belt, we are calling you now. You must join the people. You must follow the people. You have no option here. If not, we will hold you accountable for all our people dying. One more person dying, one more person get kidnapped, you will be held accountable. Thank you, Sister Mona.
This is sad.
There's another video of El Rufai.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can find it. El-Rufai, the atrocity he was saying, the unbelievable thing he was saying. Somebody should listen again. Clean your ears and listen, my people. If you don't have cotton bud, we'll buy for you. Or you use the feather of chicken to clean it. If you can't buy cotton bud, because things are so expensive. Go down the road and get feather of chicken and clean your ear to hear what we are saying. We the doctors of truth. We the daughters of the land. The mothers of the land. This is existential threat. They are coming to kill us and our children. We will not wait for you to finish doing party with them. Thank you, Sister Mona, please.
Not to kill our people. We're happy to do it.
Is that the only solution that you?
Look, if we have to pay you not to kill our people, we're happy to do it.
Is that the only solution that you're adopting to pay them to stop the killing?
That is the only solution we can see. If anyone has a better solution, he should give us. If you have somebody in Guinea that you cannot prove is responsible for this, but you say, look, we apologize. This has happened. But it didn't happen in my time. Okay, I'm the governor now. This has happened. We apologize that you are caught up in our domestic issues. Have you lost cattle? We can pay. Have you lost lives? We can pay compensation. Compensation for lives and property has foundations even in the Quran and the Bible.
Hey, compensation. Then why are they ministers? Why are they the leaders? If somebody from Guinea or wherever would come and because of his cattle was killed, then they have to pay. They have to compensate for the lives of the...
No, that's a lie. So that's a lie they're lying. They are giving them money to go and buy more ammunition. So El-Rufai took the money that he was supposed to use to develop Kaduna State to go and give to terrorists to buy more ammunition and attack his people. He said he's paying them for so that they won't attack them.
For, it doesn't. Then why are you the chief security officer of your state?
No, that's why he is the chief security, to get money. To have access, understand the link. To get money from the states and go and give them. So don't ask him why is he the chief security. Tell him what he's doing. He's taking money from the people of Kaduna to go and kill the terrorists so that they will buy more ammunition and kill the southern Kaduna people. And they will bring in their people. It's simple and straightforward.
They're
not hiding it.
That is sad. Sister Ndidi is not here, but is not back here.
So what are you going? Huh? She's coming in. You go, please.
Okay, let me go. Okay. Yeah, so as we can see all along that Sheikh Gumi, Nasser El-Rufai, as the governor of Kaduna State, owned up to being a part of the illicit liaison and interface mechanism between this government of Nigeria and the murderous Fulani militia masquerading as herdsmen. With this magnitude of evidence, our politicians are still playing dumb. We suspect some of them are being blackmailed because they took money from Fulanis. So as a security expert, what can you say about the game Nigerian politicians are playing with this militia and terrorists and those sponsoring them? Is Sister Ndidi back?
She's trying to. Yes,
this is so sad. And, as I said, our people, the politicians probably on our own side are being blackmailed. And we're like, okay, you are being blackmailed. Does that mean that the heads of our people would roll for your blackmail, for the blackmail that they have against you?
Continue to talk, because she's trying to log in. The anytime the network shift, it throws her out, so she has to come in again. But continue to talk. We are trying to bring her in again.
Yeah, okay. I mean, let us discuss it. We are talking about El-Rufai and Sheikh Gumi, the roles that they are playing. They are negotiators in this. Oh, Sister Ndidi is back.
Yes.
Yeah. Sister
so
Ndidi,
repeat the last question. Yeah.
Let me repeat the last question again. I said, can you hear me, Sister Ndidi? Or mute?
Yes, I can. I can hear you.
Good. So as a security expert, what can you say about the game Nigerian politicians are playing with the militia and terrorists and those that are sponsoring them. Go ahead.
Okay. They're playing a game because they know that the Nigerian people will accept it. They're not going to be able to play this game if it was British
The network will not allow her to talk.
What a country. Ordinary network they don't have. Then what are they giving? Oh, Jesus.
And it's worse in Southeast, you know, the lower Niger,
the lower Niger area. Yes.
Network is worse there, and they make you pay more. You pay more, and
They
you don't get the
know that
services to pay.
Nigerians.
Oh my goodness. Sister Ndidi, can you hear us? Maybe we need to shift from that spot a little
are
bit.
sort of like scared of big grammar and are so
Can she use phone? Would phone work better?
I think it's even phone she's using. What do you think she's using? Okay.
Okay, what's that?
Okay, I'm back on.
Okay.
Sorry.
It looks like I may be back. Am I back?
Yes.
Okay, what's happening is that they're tampering with the network. The network all over is getting worse because they want to shut down the young people because of NSARS and everything. So they're tampering with the quality of the network. I can't even open Facebook now. I can't even send tweets. I can hardly do anything. When I send a tweet, it may have taken me half an hour before the tweet goes. This is how bad things are. I've been to a business center in Asaba. The same thing, the customers and the owner complaining. So they're tampering with the internet quality. Okay, I don't know how much you heard, but what I was saying was that the politicians, they all know exactly what they're doing. And they're doing it on purpose because they're doing it to the Nigerian public. They think that the Nigerian public will never organize and set themselves free. So they're banking on the fact that even if the Nigerian public will hear the information, they will do nothing about it. This is what they're banking on. And so because they're banking on that, they feel they're going to get the success because the public is accepting it. What is happening? They don't mind at all because their children and their loved ones are not in Nigeria. And they know that Nigerians will just, watch, sit down and watch.
Yeah, we can get some points that Sister Ndidi is making. Now,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, go ahead again. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sister Ndidi. It's frustrating, but we'll keep fighting.
I can carry on. Yes, but then the thing is that there has to come a time when people do some action. And this should actually be the time. So for instance, everybody knows what's going on. All this thing that we call insecurity, it's a Fulani land grab. We know it. We had the Tom Lantras hearing one day after the constitutional force majeure was declared. And they made it clear that it's a which is vain. We had the UK Parliament, Baroness Cox, saying the same thing. So everybody, both people within Nigeria and people outside Nigeria, are saying that there's something wrong. We all know there is something wrong. And we can stop it tomorrow if the people from the Middle Belt and South were to begin to do the right action.
Yes. Thank you, Sister Ndidi. Thank you. We could pick things from what you're saying. We're telling our people that the international communities are aware of what is going on, and the politicians, because we are asking before why are the politicians not moving. So Sister Ndidi is saying that the politicians are not bothered because their children are not in Nigeria. Their children, their families, their wives, and everything are outside. And those that are in have a standby private jets, so that if anything happens, they fly out. So, but the owners of the land, they thought that we, the people, will not do anything. That we will hear these things and not do nothing, not do anything because we have not been doing anything. But now the people can work. And those are asking what of the international communities. You can hear Sister Ndidi telling you that the international community is aware. They now know the truth. So we have nothing stopping us from taking the next step.
Exactly.
We have nothing stopping us, people. We have nothing stopping us. Sister Augustus, when you are ready, please go ahead. Should I continue or are you ready? Samuna, can you hear us? Samuna, can you hear us? Can you hear?
No, I'm struggling. My stupid pen did not charge last night. Anyway, can you hear me now?
So we can hear you now, yes.
Okay, that's fine.
Are you ready to speak?
I did not hear a word Sister Ndidi said, but that's fine. I was going to suggest if she's still having issues, maybe she was just calling on WhatsApp or whatever. Then
Okay. Okay, maybe for next question, Sister Ndidi, can you hear Amuna? She said for next section, you can call in on audio. Since our people have seen you, we know who is talking. So you can call in on audio and we'll just take your comment as it comes. Do you understand? Sister Ndidi, can you hear me? I'll extend that to her. Sister Amuna, if you're ready, just continue. Let me handle that.
So we mentioned earlier about the Stockholm Syndrome. And again, this is a syndrome that promotes the captors that is putting their people hostage. So we wanted to give you guys some examples today because this thing is prevalent in every aspect of our lives. Any way you look at it, if you talk about religion, you think about our brothers and sisters that were taken from our land to go to Rome to study whatever they are studying over there, catechalism or whatever they call it, and Anglicanism and all of them. And then when they come back, mind you, these people will single you out. They will bring you in, be nice to you. You pray with them, and all of a sudden, you no longer realize you come from you come from Isut, you come from Abba. You are now beginning to think you're a Roman, and you begin to act as such. So when we mention to say, oh, the thing that they brought to us, this is what you're doing, you will be the one that will come and swinging and fighting, and even you will swear, you will cut off your people before you will cut them off. And these are the system or the strategies that these people use in order to bring us down. And then you look at the families, family members living together, spouses, they will sabotage each other. Some of them will be in a place where you are to the point where you are living like a roommate. Then when it comes for you to do the right thing, instead of you to call out the spouse, what they're doing wrong. Let me give an example with Okorocha and his wife that built a whole estate with the name of the wife, a whole estate, a woman that doesn't have a job. She's the wife of a governor. She built a whole estate in her name when our people are living in abject poverty. And then when time comes, for our people to stand up and fight these oppressors, because that's what they are. For so many years, Okorocha, whatever his name is, did not pay our teachers. He did not pay anyone. He was apparently using the money for his own good. When it was time for our people to stand up after he went to the, was it a prison or police officer's office? I don't know where he went, that he was shooting every 10 minutes. What did our people do when he come out? They welcomed him. Our teachers, the same teachers that weren't paid, get students ready to come out on the streets to protest on his behalf. And then you have youth, that is out there promoting Ukorocha because he's the one gaining from them. And we are saying we are just tired of all the examples are limitless. I can go on and on and on and on and on about all the things that our people are doing in order for things to happen for them. Then you talk about those that are in Europe. A sister showed a picture
like a video last week, wasn't even a picture, a video last week of a brother that is well known in Nigeria, well celebrated in Nigeria, where another man is having sex with him, with his leg up in the air, and actually having sex with and taking a picture of him, a man to man, all in the name to get what? Green card. All in the name to get European, I don't know what they give them in Europe. And we're saying that this whole thing has to come to a stop. If you have been sabotaged, they give you the green card or they sleep with you in order for you to get that green card because you have to label yourself some things that we're not comfortable with. Once you have that label, you'll get your papers in some of these places. And these are the things that they have used to sabotage our people. And then not only are they sabotaging you, now the same person that slept with you may then hold you hostage. Where the only thing that the only way you can get out of it, maybe you wanted to do it 1 or 2 times to get what you want, all of a sudden the man will take you. Now you have to go and give him what he wants every time he wants it. Every time he wants it. And we're saying enough of the sabotage. If they have held you hostage because you help Okorocha hide our money, and he's telling you, oh, if you do this, I will tell our people what you did. We are saying it's okay. We know what you did. We all know what you did in your marriages, in your churches, in your whatever area that you are in. We know what you did. We're saying it's enough. Do not let anyone use whatever that was done in secret to sabotage you. You call yourself a politician. You used all our money for yourself. You use it to send your children to school and pay for their 4-year college the same semester. Everybody's paying semester by semester. You're paying 10 years each so that in case if they fail a class, they can still graduate. We're saying it's okay. The DSS or whoever or EFCs that is coming to arrest you, their chairperson, wasn't he the one that was caught with 157 houses? Sisters, right? 157 houses. So we are saying it's enough of the sabotage. Do not let anyone sabotage you in any format, in any form. Do not let them use that to hold you hostage, where you cannot come out and speak for your people, where you are afraid that if you come out to say whatever, somebody will arrest you. It's okay. We know that you did it. We know that you opened up a road franchise and defrauded our people. We're saying stop it. Stop from now. We are good. We are good to go. Stop deceiving our people. Stop lying or living in a place where you think, oh, there is no way out. There is a way out. The only person that will hold himself hostage now is you. We are at the point now where whatever you have done in the past, however you have done it in the past, whoever you have taken money from, whether it's from the government, whether it's from contracts, and you think they're using that to hold you hostage, and you want to speak for your people, this is the time to say, you know what, I messed up, and I can get it right. This is the time to say what, I didn't do the right thing before. I know if I come out, they will say, oh, you stole 50 billion, you stole 70 billion. Yes, I did, and I use it for my girlfriends. But today, I want to speak for my people. I want to do the right thing. I want to be able to make sure that my people comes forth. So it's time for us to come clean. It's time for repentance. Why not confess it and get it over with? No need to remain a hostage for fear of being embarrassed, hurting your pride, or being implicated, especially when the lives and destiny of our people is at stake. In our last week's show, we analyzed the monumental successes of the constitutional force majeure and the ongoing nationwide sovereignty discussion. So as we speak, our place is on fire. People are suffering. The IDP camp, nobody is going there to help them. The Benue people have been chased out of their land and left in a place that they're unfamiliar with. And we know that the poverty level and the crime level are highly increasing every day. I am going to show you guys a picture of the poverty rate in Nigeria, just for you guys to begin to appreciate what we are actually trying to say here. Because this is not time for you to let anyone sabotage you because you took money, you stole money, you slept with their wife and their children. Just say it's enough. Come out and confess so that we can move on. We can move on. There are more things that are at stake right now than you worrying about your fame. So my brother-in-law will say that you have to face your shame in order to regain your fame, and that's the way he says it. You have to face your shame in order to regain your fame. So this is a time for you to face your shame so that you can regain your fame. Your people are counting on you to do the right thing. Your people are waiting on you to do the right thing. So I don't know. Somebody is complaining about the volume.
Is it any better? Yeah, somebody is better. Okay, so I have this stupid thing upside down. So yeah, so this is the time for you to, what I was saying earlier, this is the time for you to come out and face your shame in whatever you have done in the past so that we can reclaim our fame. We no longer have time to waste. The hunger is too much in the land, and the earlier that you come out to do the right thing, the better for all of us. This is not time for finger pointing. We are not we are remotely interested in finger pointing. We want results. We want results. We want things that will work for our people. And the earlier that you come on board to join us, the better for all of us. So let me find that picture so that I can show you guys. This is the poverty rate in Nigeria as we speak. I can blow it up. I think it's good. Yeah. Okay, this is as big as it gets. So, Tiseko, you wanna go ahead so I can put this mic down and manipulate this thing?
Yes, it's August. We will conquer. We are not even bothered. And we are so resilient. Whatever they throw, we catch it and fly it back. So we're in this. We must win. That's what we're saying. So this is the poverty rate in Nigeria. If you look, let me put on my glasses. If you look in the north, you can see like in Sokoto is 87.73%. It's almost like 100%. Do you understand? If you check Katsina, Zamfara, where they're doing Sharia, this Sharia, for you people to hear, those are clamoring for Sharia law. In Zamfara, okay. In Jigawa is 87%. In Yobe is 73%. Kebbi, Kano, 55%. Kaduna, 43%. Bauchi, that man that said that Fulani, the population is flowing and is flooding. Is 61%. Gombe, 62%. Adamawa, 73%. These are the area they have introduced Sharia, because we are telling people that these people are ready to destroy our people, the entire people of Nigeria, not even just South or West. By the time they bring their stupid Sharia law and spread it everywhere, they are introducing backwardness everywhere. Upon the thing they have been doing to us in the South, we are still managing to put our poverty, like in Rivers, the poverty level is 23%. Lagos is 4%. Ogun is 9%. Ondo is 12%. Abia is 30%. Because of all the bad governors you're having in Southeast. This is what it is currently. And we're telling our people. Now, what you do usually is, if something is working, you work well with it. Is that not common sense?
Mm-hmm.
Up north, they say they believe in Sharia.
Mm.
And with Sharia, they have killed their people. They have put their people into permanent reverse gear. Poverty, reverse gear, where the world is moving. Globally, you can see where the world is going. These people are back. The gear is on reverse. Going to 18 centuries. Is that what they want to bring here? Because of this attitude, they are holding the entire country down. And we're telling our people, we do not want to continue with this poverty anymore. We're not going to wait for politicians 2023. We will not wait. Sister Augusta, can you go ahead? You want to go ahead?
No, I just wanted to point out, if you go back to that map, the poverty map, you could see you made mention of those states, 40 or 50, 80 something, almost 100% for the northern region. And if you go to the eastern region, you will see that Ebonyi is in line with the Sharia states. Go back to that map if you can.
Okay.
Ebonyi is in line with the Sharia state. I think it's about 70-something% with Ebonyi.
Please let's see it again, because it's very important. That's what I tell our people. We are here to analyze things critically. We're not here for Akukihu. We're not telling you stories. We are pointing things out for you to see. Okay, see the Ebonyi. Where is it?
See the Ebonyi.
Ebonyi that is in southeast.
East, yes. And it's about 80% for Ebonyi, which is in line with the Sharia states in the north, which is like the Zamfara, Jigawa, Yoruba, and all that.
Yeah, so their governor allowed them.
Exactly. And their governor is the one allowing the infiltration of the Fulanis to settle. That is where they have the biggest, I think in Afikpo, they have, is it not part of Afikpo area where they have the biggest mosque, Islamic school and not what's not or what's not. So
he opened door. Umar opened door for Sharia people to come in. Now you can see that even Ebonyi, it's not in line with the
south. No.
Yes, the poverty level in Ebonyi. And see his brother Enugu by the corner. Can you see where he's going? Can you see how he's going from up and flowing down? Can you see where he's entering?
So it's in line, and that's what we are talking about. That these people, their primary what is it called? Objective is to go in there, take away the land, and take away the resources of the land. You understand? Not even to better the people, their people. No, I don't know what this thing they are using it to kill and maim for their jihad. It has been, documented in the past that these people have an agenda and they have not reneged from their agenda one day. So they are still ongoing with their agenda. So that is why Ebonyi looks like part of them. Ebonyi looks like them. And we are saying we, the entire South, the lower Niger area, once this thing passes through, the CFM that we've been working on so far gets to the end, we are taking back, the power is going back to the people, not to the politicians that are allowing all these people to come into the system and mess up with the system. From the initial video of Governor Otom talking about how they came to Benue, IDP camps, they would come into a particular place, clear it, and move the people away from that from their own land, from their own land. They will move them away, and if you will now go to one corner in an IDP camp where there's no electricity, there's nothing. It's a camp. It's like campfire setting. There's no toilets, nothing. Meanwhile, the owners of the land have been moved away. Then these Fulanis have taken over their land. And we are saying enough is enough.
These people are crazy.
So they know what they are doing. Our people just have to, key into what is going on right now. They have to key in. And we have told everybody that power belongs to the people, not to the politician. Once you start having that in your score, you know that yes, we are good to go. Yeah, continue.
It's so funny how our people are watching this thing. I don't know if they think it's a movie, because sometimes you watch horror things in a movie and you go home because it's not real. It's not gonna happen in reality. So here we are, all this while these people, they've been showing us in medicine, they will say signs and symptoms of what they're going to do. Signs and symptoms of everything they're going to do, from their forefather telling them they will never allow us to control our destiny, to them moving along in our country with a license plate that said they are born to rule us, to our governors dancing their tones. They will come in public and fight, and then Ukrawasa and his Ojos Okan or whatever, Hope also them back or answer. They will go and give themselves a high five, and they are fighting, but they are really friends. All along, all these things are in cahoots to deceive our people. And we're telling you guys, we know that Africans find it difficult to understand that life can actually be easy. And we give it so many examples here. Where I work, we park in a garage. And one day, one door was broken and one was open. Do you know that people lined up? Their brain, because they're used to standing in line, their brain did not allow them to go through the open one. And that's where we find our people at. We're telling you guys that this constitutional force majeure is what will get you out of that place. But because we didn't come and shout, because we didn't ask you for money, because we didn't come and kill you, because we didn't take you backwards like the Fulanis, it's not making sense to you. And we're asking our people to please key into what we are doing. That it is that simple. Westerners don't even do things complicated. They are waiting there to see how can these people have this thing at the tip of their finger. Like fingers is right there, you can just get it. And all they can do is to just be so distracted with other things in lives, with their fasting and praying. My sister will say they will go to church and be shouting when all you have to do is click and sign petition. You can't even do that much. Do you see why we are going to be wasting our time and running in circles. So we're going to continue with the show. Sister Upi or Sister Gus, I don't know who is next. We just want people to understand it's not that complicated. It's not twisted at all. This thing is not twisted. You don't have to go corner road. This is straightforward. They have done the job for you for 21 years. The man have put himself out there with his members, with his Eminem Alliance members. They have done the work for us. Can we please give them kudos and key into what they are doing so that we can get to our destination? 18 days and counting. 18 days and counting. We want you guys to come on board. This is not the time to be confused. Go out there, listen to the news, look at the newspapers. We have flyers all over. See what you can do to get that information going. Sisters, please go.
So, sister, yeah, can we get her? Are we able to get her probably on WhatsApp phone? I think that would work better.
WhatsApp is not working either, so I'm trying to get her directly.
Jesus Christ, this is sad.
Yeah, because our people are completely
and they do this only if you're in our area. If you call Lagos now, you will go through.
You go through
Nasarawa forest. If you call those terrorists in the forest, they will answer the phone immediately. It's only our people that they're doing this to. Once your sibling goes from Lagos to the village, try to get them on the phone. They will be running around from one side and they pay more. They will charge you guys more. But once they go out and go to the eastern part of the place called Nigeria, they will be running back and forth to get reception while we pay more money for it. So it is sad. We are tired. We don't want to belong in a nation who is interested to use a fan and be fanning a cow when our people are living under the bridges. It's not even funny anymore. We have to go. We have to go. We need to end this place called this failed state called Nigeria. It does not belong to a human being. It's an experiment that the British will think that within a year we'll tell them how we are done with this.
I know.
You did not know that we'll carry on for 100 years and be here lamented. They are flabbergasted. They're like, what manner of people are this? Who are these animals that you can put in a cage? Even we are worse than animals. So it's time for us to take the bull by the horn and get where we're going. We're not waiting for anybody else to tell us. We have already have this process. We do not have a constitution. So Nigeria has no basis for existence. There's no constitution. There is none. That alone, go and ask. You guys, you have data. Go and call your Western counterparts. Ask them. When there is no constitution, the state does not exist because it's the constituents that will make up the constitution, which we do not have in that country as we speak. Why is that difficult to understand? Why are we finding it hard to understand? Why are we being distracted with all the other time, de facto government, this? We're telling you, you're not even in the country. You're not. It doesn't even exist. Constitution does not exist. All we have is those criminals in power. You will have somebody like Abaribe will tell you, I'm not in government. Because you know there's no government. And he's right. He's not in government. He's existing in air. So we really have to go on with this. Sister, any luck?
You're waiting for Gosa to answer the next question.
Okay, all right, sister. Okay, like last week, the show that we analyzed the monumental success of the December 16, 2020 CFM and the ongoing nationwide sovereignty discussion. As we see, as Stamuna showed us the poverty rate in Nigeria, you could see that it is concentrated on the northern area where they have the Sharia state. So as a result, we have told Nigerian politicians that want to wait till 2023 that things have changed, and they know this. They know, and we want them to know that things have changed, and that's why we're insisting that they should close shop. So now to Sister Ndidi, do you think that the self-determination of the Nigerian indigenous nationalities will open up our communities to civilization and development?
Sister Ndidi, can you go? Did you hear?
Yes, I heard. Yes, I'll answer.
Okay.
Before I even go to it, I want our listeners to understand that freedom is very close. It is extremely close. The people of Lower Niger Congress and the Alliance, they've done so much of the work. They broke it up into 16 stages. They did 13. We're at number 14. So we are very, very close. But when we ask, we say, oh, why is it the West? Why isn't the international community doing something? That's what they're asking us. They're saying to Nigerians, why aren't Nigerians doing anything? We're not going to come in until we see Nigerians doing something to change themselves. So can you see? And as my sister said, that petition, signing the petition, it's only a click. But what it's showing the international community is, yes, Nigerians want to change. They want to change in their country. So signing that petition is so important. And they've made it easy now because you can sign it by using your phone. I actually got my security guys to get it done. I did it for them. I used my phone, I put their names and their phone numbers, and they signed the petition. So that's something we can all do. So when we're asking what is the international community doing, we also have to ask, what am I doing? You know, are you funding it? Are you volunteering? Are you signing the petition? So you need to ask yourself, what am I doing? And freedom is so close right now because the others have done so much of the work. Okay, now I'm going to answer about self-determination. Yes, self-determination is what the people in America have. So for instance, the people of California, they have self-determination to do what they want in a democratic way in California. The people of Texas, they have self-determination to do in a democratic way what they want in Texas. The people of England, the same. So the people of Scotland, they have self-determination in Scotland, and they can vote on what they want to do, and they have self-determination in Scotland, even though Scotland is a part of the United Kingdom. Now, in Nigeria, what happened to us is that this fellow called Ahmadu Bello, he went and told us his plan. I'm going to read out what he said. I'm looking at it as a London police officer. The man had a mental illness because a normal human being would not say such a thing. So let me read what he said. It was in the Parrot newspaper 12 days after independence in 1960. He said, the new nation called Nigeria should be in a state of our great-grandfather Usman Dan Fodio. We must ruthlessly prevent a change of power. We use the minorities in the north as willing tools and the south as a conquered territory, and never allow them to rule over us, and never allow them to have control over their future. Now, somebody who says this, they're not well. What they're saying is that unless, you have the same grandfather that they have, that means that you're from this, ethnic group, you're going to be a slave, you're going to be poor, you're going to be oppressed. And this 1999 Constitution, through the 68 items exclusive list, is how they've managed it. That 68 item exclusive list is what has stopped everybody from being able to control their future. It has tied everybody down, and it has removed the self-determination of the people. So, for instance, things like defense. You can't defend it. And all the armed security, whether it's civil defense, police, immigration, the military, the Navy, all these people, they're under federal control. So it's only what the federal government gives you is what you're going to get. So if you're in Southern Kaduna and people have come to kill you, and the federal government has decided they will not allow you to have any weapons, and they're not going to send any soldiers to save you, that's your loss. So essentially, you have no self-determination. Another thing is like the registering of the company. In England, companies are registered locally by the local council. So it should actually be done locally. But in Nigeria, it's the federal government that will register companies. They will have offices, like there's an office in Asaba. But that office in Asaba is under the control of Abuja. So for instance, and that's not giving examples of what could have happened. Imagine that there's a young man from Asaba. He wants to open a company to make cars. He wants to make cars for Nigeria. He puts his application to CAC, and the people at Abuja will see, this Asaba boy wants to have a factory making cars. They don't want him to have it. So they will deny him the registration of that company. Somebody else may want to open another tech company. CNC will still open Asaba. They don't want Asaba to grow. They'll deny it. So can you see what's going on? Because the federal government is in charge of registering the companies, they are the ones who will decide if any area is going to grow or not. And if an area does not grow, the only thing that's going to happen is poverty. And that's exactly what we're seeing in Nigeria, which is poverty. And when it comes to our block, the lower Niger block, that is the part of Nigeria that is actually providing all the money. It's, you know, the Niger Delta state, the oil producing state, and the Igbo state. And for all of us to understand the urgency of the time, for the past 16 years, it's been the crude oil of the oil producing areas that everybody has been using in this country. 2 years ago, Buhari said they're now going to switch to gas. The reason they're switching to gas is because the world is leaving crude oil behind. And he said what they're switching to gas. And he mentioned the 5 Igbo states, all the 5 Igbo states. They're going to be pumping the gas from the 5 Igbo states to the north, and that is the money that they're going to be using to grow themselves. So can you see how that's being done? And this is the money that the people from the Igbo areas are supposed to use to develop their land. And if anybody wanted any of that money, they get a loan and they pay interest in a normal way. But not in Nigeria because we don't have self-determination because of this 1999 constitution. So that's why I say that decommissioning the 1999 Nigeria constitution will lift people out of poverty.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Thank you, Sister Ndidi. So, we can hear what Sister Ndidi is explaining, and am I coming through? You can see, and that's what we're telling our people, that the poverty rate in our land is too much, and we're not waiting for 2023 to have it changed. We're changing it now. So, with what NNC and NINAS, what they have done, with what they have done, we can actually begin job creation now. We can begin industries. We can begin the things that, all those things that we needed to do, we can begin them now. Everybody will listen. So the self-determination we're talking about, like Sister Ndida said, that Ninas is talking about, we open up communities to civilization and development. Immediately, not 2023. We are not postponing, we are dying. Our people are dying. We are not postponing this development to next year. Now is what we're saying. Now. And you see why Ninas is proposing a transitional government to be put in place immediately, like South Africa did 1990. Because once you put a transitional government in place, you will turn the gear that is on reverse to forward. It's not magic. It's immediate. Once you stop this roller coaster and put a transitional government in place, that gear that was put on reverse, running 100 kilometers backwards, we go on forward move. And in months, people were saying months, not years. In months, you begin to see changes immediately.
Yes, absolutely. It's like the springtime. Every fall, everything will die here. When the spring comes, it will just spring back up. Things that have been killed by the government, that have been killed by our enemies, that have been killed by criminals in power, immediately they will no longer have that power over you, because you the constituents, you the people, my fellow people, I don't even want to call you guys Nigerian, because that's not, it shouldn't be a name for the worst terrorists even. You will make up how you will decide how you're going to, how your future will be, who will be your leader, and it's not going to be business as usual anymore. You have to choose those that will serve you at the level that you want. You guys saw a case study with our senator here in Texas that tried to sneak out when everybody else, everywhere else was on fire. By the time he came back, because he's serving the people, he was lined up about a good minute. He was there, he was carrying water for people that needed the water to drink. my dear. Imagine if it was in Nigeria. If he said, why Iran, they will shoot from their plane, it will come and fall on top of your head. So we need to get it right, people. It's not that complicated.
You know what, Sister Muna? This transitional government we are talking about, Nigeria has tried it before. We have done it before. It's not new. We've had Ernest Shoneka, a Yoruba lawyer and a statesman. He was the interim president of Nigeria from August 26, 1993 to 17 November 1993. That was between Babangida and Abacha. Then we also had a de facto president. Those are calling de facto, de facto. It's not that we have not heard that English before. Stop stopping us with de facto, please. So Abu Salam Abubakar, he was a northerner from Mina, a retired Nigerian army general. He was the president, de facto president of Nigeria or interim president of Nigeria from 1998 to 1999. He came in after General Abacha died. Do you understand? In fact, he's the one that brought this book of Lucifer to us. So you see, Nigerians, we're not new to the idea of transition government or interim government. So please, our people should begin to think about things that work, things that make sense. Because right now, we don't have time to wait. This thing that is happening now has to stop now. Whatever government, Fulani government you have in place has to stop now. And we go into transition. We need an interim government that will put the gear back to front so that we can go where we're going. In fact, we have our women coming to do what we told them to do. Sister Muna, please prepare it, because we tell people that power belongs to the people. And our women are leading. In our culture, when the elites fail, the Oha will take over. And when Oha fail, or when men fail, women will take over. So at any point in time, it is not allowed for poverty, for evil to continue in the land. Okay, that's our women from Isu doing the right thing. Good
Awesome.
job. Good job.
Good
Good
job,
job,
ladies.
women. Good job. You see, these women of Isu, some of people, maybe people do not understand, those that don't understand Igbo. What they're saying is that they don't want to eat cow meat anymore because it doesn't make sense that people are killing you and you're patronizing them. It's unheard of. So these are the daughters of the land. These are the women. How can people be raping you, raping your daughters, and you are eating their meat? It doesn't make sense. So they are coming together to say they will not eat Fulani cow meat anymore. Imagine what happened when all the women. Are we okay? Imagine when all the women in Middle Belt, Southwest, Southeast, the entire South boycott the cow meat. The market is over now. What are we still talking about? And what will they be coming to your land? So you see, the cow is an excuse that they are using to come in your neighborhood to kill you. So if you stop eating the cow, they will stop coming to your neighborhood. It's a no-brainer. It's simple and straightforward. You don't even give to because they won't have any excuse anymore. Are we okay? So you find out that this is true democracy. When the system is failing, the people will come in to do what they need to do. In Igbo system, it's already like that. And I know some African system, they have the same thing. Where in the family, in town, their system, this is not the first time we're seeing democracy. So especially in critical matters like insecurity and where they're about to kill us, it's not time to play around. It's not time to say we are waiting for politicians. No. We are no more waiting for politicians. We must deal with these things immediately and squarely. You can understand, in the olden days, we know that men, we are the ones that used to go and fight because women might be pregnant or breastfeeding, so they won't be able to go to war. So, but these days, the type of war has changed. It's no more physical war. It's more of intellect, brain work. That is what we need. So we need more women. You see, as women are coming out now to raise their voice, to put their voice in what is going on, this is what we want. So we are calling on women, please, this is time to come in and join this war. This is not the type of war you're leaving for men to fight alone. Because it's not a physical war that we are saying go and carry gun. You say, oh, I'm pregnant or I'm breastfeeding. This is a war you can fight through phone, through your laptop, technology, with your brain. Women that are in influential positions. We have some women in politics. And those politicians, they have women. They have wives. Women, talk to your husbands that are killing us. Do not just concentrate on fashion and food. It is time to think critically. It's time to say what is even going on. And you know it's been proven that most women are blessed with brain capacity and ability to multitask. So we want more women into politics in Africa. We want more women in decision-making positions. And when you get there, don't just go sit there and start rubbing your face with pancake. Go there, use your brain or opening cleavage for men. That's not why we're sending you there. You're not a sex toy. You have something in your brain. Use what is in your brain. We're calling on our women. The way things are changing, even breastfeeding now. Sister Muna was discussing with me how they pump, the new breastfeeding pumps. At the time, she will come in later to tell us about it. How that as a woman, a working mother, you can easily and effortlessly express gallons of milk, breast milk, for your children, for your babies, in no distance, in short time. So that your children do not need to starve because you want to serve your nation. Or you can bring cow milk and goat milk and give to your children after they'll start behaving like goats. And you ask yourself, why is my child behaving like a goat? Because you gave the child goat milk. So women, we have no excuses now. We have no excuses to fight for our nation. Whether you are breastfeeding or you're pregnant, you have no excuse. Samuna, okay, yeah. So these days we have Zoom for Zoom meetings. I was talking to one politician.
It's true.
Yeah.
No, I said when they give their children cow. Uh-huh.
Go ahead, I'm listening to you. Samuna.
No, I said when they give their children cow, they become moo, moo, moo. That's all you'll be seeing everywhere. Moo. You're right about the breastfeeding. So there is a breast pump where you will be in an executive meeting and the pump is pumping away the breast milk while you deliver your message, and it will be pumping in a bag beside you. Nobody will know what's in your handbag. So things have changed. So we no longer want to use breastfeeding and this as an excuse. And thank God for technology, like Sister April said. You can be cooking and be having your Zoom meeting. So we have so many platforms now to be engaged in what is going on. There's no more excuses. There is no more excuses where we cannot be involved, because if you're not involved, the future of your children, even the one you're giving cow breast milk, not only will he turn into a cow, he will turn into a alamajiri self. So we must have to get this whole thing going. Our sisters, this is the time to rise up. Do not wait for anybody else to do this for you. Our children is expecting, just like always, for us to fight for them. Like we fight in our family. We fight for the right things to be done. We fight for things to move forward. And then when you sit there and you see a family moving forward, you give the man the credit. It's okay. We don't even care. We just want things to move forward. That's all. We just want things to move forward because our children deserves better. So please, sisters, do not let anyone intimidate you because somebody is saying, oh, this Nigerian thing, is this what women are involved in? So, but the men have been involved all your lives. We have that. We have markets, like somebody would say, have markets with all of that. So there's no one better than your mother, who will always love you more than anything else, who will always want more. We are not, it's never enough.
Yes.
For the things that we want for our children.
And
so
Sister
Ndidi, please continue.
Yes.
I don't know if my mic is working.
Are you hearing us? Sister Ndidi has an opinion on what we are discussing, because we want more women in politics. Like Sister Mona said, we don't have excuse now. Our politicians cannot be having the political meetings in midnight. We have Zoom now. So if they decide to put it midnight, we call in through Zoom while we are pregnant or breastfeeding. We can't use that as an excuse anymore not to do the right thing. Sister Ndidi, please go ahead. Can you hear us?
Yes, I'll add to what my sister said. Yes, I can.
Yes, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear Sister Ndidi?
I'll add to what my sister. I'll add to what my sister said. It's time for women to get involved in politics. This is now the 21st century. And when we say politics, we're not saying you should vie necessarily for political position, but you should be aware of what politics is about. You should be going to the local meetings in your area. You need to know what your party stands for. You need to know what are the issues in the society. You need to begin to read big grammar. This is what people do in Western countries where all of us want to be in. And we can do it right here in the new country that we're going to be making. But even now, before we get that new country, now is the time for women to begin to get involved. And don't say, oh, come back saying, no, go and get involved. Get the information. And when you get the information, tell your children. Because once your child is about 11 years old, you can begin to explain to them things about politics. So it's so important that women get involved because when war happens, it's the women that suffer the most. And then the children suffer the most. And if when politics goes wrong, that's when war happens. And it's the women that will suffer and their children. So it's best that the women get involved now rather than facing war. So that's about women. And I'll now talk about the transitional government. It's just a pity that because of the network, I'm not able to be part of the show. So, I know that in terms of listening to what was said, but I'll explain
transitional government. Because you're going to find people who want Nigeria to stay as it is, from politicians, from lawyers, from pastors and civil servants who are making money from Nigeria the way it is, and their children will be abroad. So they're going to say to you, do you want to get rid of Buhari? You want to get rid of Buhari? So you kind of lie. The scary. So you kind of why we're talking about transitional government. Transitional government is part of this constitutional force majeure process. It has several arms. It's like a fork. You know, a fork has 3 or 4 prongs. It has several arms. One of it is the petition, and one of them is this transitional government. And the reason we need a transitional government is extremely simple. A primary school child will understand, and I'll explain. Nigeria is not a real country because the constitution is a make-believe constitution. It's not a real one. So we have nothing to be holding this union. All of us can be running around wild and doing what we want because there's no constitution. But we don't want to run around wild, everybody doing their own thing. So part of the constitutional force majeure is to decommission this forged instrument, the fake constitution, the 1999 constitution. It's going to be, which means you bury it. You tear it up and you bury it. So when you decommission it and you start that process, it means you have no country. It means also you have no government. You have no government. You have no government. Why am I saying that? It's the Constitution that creates the government. It's this 1999 document that we call the Constitution that created President Buhari's position. It's that document that created Vice President Osinbajo's position. It's that document that created the Senate. It's that document that created the House of Reps, you know, the governors and all these things. This is why we need to go to transitional government. Because when you decommission that 1999 Constitution document, it means we now have no government at all. But we don't want anarchy. So we now have a temporary government. And that's what a transitional government is for. It's to prevent anarchy. So a transitional government is a temporary government. And the good thing about a transitional government is that even because MENAT, well, LNC, MNN, they're saying that Buhari and Osinbajo can stay there. Okay, because you have different versions of a transitional government. Sometimes the president there already stays, which is what happened in South Africa, because the president there was suitable, he's clever, he's honest. In other transitional governments, the United Nations will come in. In other transitional governments, like the one that Sudan is having right now, the people themselves decide who's going to be in the transitional government. So it all depends. So you have different models. So a transitional government is a temporary government. And if you have a dictatorship, when you have a dictator, even if he stays in place, the transitional government will tie him up because it has a limited mandate. Mm-hmm. What that means is the transitional government has limited powers, and that is the power of the transitional government. It will have only limited powers. So even if Buhari is there or somebody else, all they can do is pay the salaries of the civil servants. All this running around and acting like he's the god and he's the king, it's not going to happen. Because when you have a transitional government, the United Nations is watching and observing and checking what's going on. So they have a limited mandate doing only few things. So things like Riga will stop. There's the waterways bill. The waterways bill is what Buhari has brought in. He wants the federal government to control all the surface water and all the groundwater. But the land, about 3 kilometers of the land on the side of the water, the Asaba is by the river Niger. That means Asaba will be under government control. Onitsha is by the river. It's gone. Oko, my cousins are from Oko. It's just by the river. Oko is now under government control. Can you see? Even at Wanchi here, where I am, we have Nyobo and Niyada. From stream, that's water. So all this is what is the waterways bill. It will be gone and stopped. The hate speech bill, no more. social media bills no more, because the National Assembly will not be able to be making any laws because it's a temporary government, because there's really no country. It's only there in order for us to have the referendum. So the transitional government is there, and it's going to be time bound. That means we're going to say, is it for 12 months? Is it for 18 months? Or is it for 2 years? And it's time bound. It cannot exceed. It can't stay on 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. No, it is time bound.
Wow.
And when we have the transitional government, one thing is going on. We're having our regional referendum. All these things have been discussed by LNC and their alliance partners. So the Middle Belt ethnic nationalities will organize themselves for the referendum. The Yoruba will organize themselves for the referendum. And we in Lower Niger Block will organize ourselves for the referendum. The ethnic nationalities will do the referendum. So Ijo will ask Ijo, do you want to be in the Union of Nigeria, yes or no? And Ijo will vote. Ndibo, we'll ask Ndibo, do you want to be in the Union of Nigeria, yes or no? Ogoni do the same. Ogoja, Anan, can you see? It is the result of those regional referendums that will determine whether we still have Nigeria or we have something else. And from what the indications we're getting, Oduduwa is exiting this union. So this is what the transitional government is about. You have to do your own reading, you do a Google search to understand some more, because remember we said that the women have to get involved. You have to do your own reading, your own Google search, whatever. But this is essentially what it's about. Now, I think that, LNC, MMM have always said that Buhari, whatever government is in place can still stay. So they've always said that Buhari and Osinbajo can carry on. They're going to have limited powers, so they're not going to be able to do anything to hurt us. But I'm not speaking as myself, who's a Jewish, who is a retired metropolitan, that's London police officer. What I see about Buhari and Osinbajo, I don't like. I don't like because I've dealt with criminals and I know about security. And it is very strange what is going on here. Things like Boko Haram who are captured, when they release them, say that they are repentant, and we have other cases. Before I was a police officer, the probation officer, and I dealt with criminals, and there's something called conflict behavioral therapy. Come on, short, try and change the behavior of the criminal, and it is hard. Terrorists are some of the worst criminals ever. So I would not feel safe to have somebody like Buhari and Osinbajo, the both of them, there. Look at the Lekki massacre. So today nobody has admitted anything. Osinbajo went to the U.S. about 2 years ago, and one of the U.S. officials called him a shameless liar because he was calling the genocide in the Middle Belt. He called it on the Hertzman clash. So something like that, I would not want in a transitional government, because a transitional government is a government of honor. The people who will be there, it's a government of honor, because you are moving from one state to another state. So the people who are part of the transitional government, they go down in history as being the group that have changed a bad situation and put it into starting a new good thing. So I would want to give it to somebody that would be more honorable, and that because it's an honorable thing to be part of. And looking around, the one person I can think of is Goodluck Jonathan. So left to me, if I had a choice, I would get rid of Buhari and Osinbajo and put Goodluck Jonathan as whoever in the transitional government. But that's me speaking as myself with my, British police background. But when the time comes, we'll see what happens, and that's what I can say about transitional government.
Thank you so much, Sister Ndidi. Thank you. We appreciate you. She broke down everything, because we're talking about, I like what she's talked about, because we are not marching forward. We are not going backward. The proposal so the transitional government, so she was talking about, because some people propose that Buhari or Osinbajo or whoever that is there should continue. But she's making a very solid point, saying that these people are criminals already. So we don't trust them, because the position of a transitional government president or somebody heading it is a place of honor. It's something that you want to give to somebody that is an honorable person, somebody that gave his word as an honor. So she, as Ndidi Uweche, is making suggestion for Goodluck Jonathan. From what she said, Goodluck has experience. She's been there because you need somebody that has been in the power in that area before. That's why you wanted people that were there before to continue. But another thing is that Goodluck said that the blood of Nigerians is not that his ambition, his personal ambition, he will not give it for the blood of Nigerians. It's not what's the blood of Nigerians. He has said this before. And he showed it by dropping the battle when he heard in 2015 that Nigerians were going to be killed if he does not hand over to Buhari. He quietly dropped it and went away. That means this is a man that has been tried, that if it comes to a tough decision, like, are you going to drop it or hold it, that he will drop it. And transitional government is a government at like fixed time. 1 month, 1 year, few years, 18 months, whatever. So we want somebody that will say, I will come and do what the people say we should do, and then we move on. And another thing she said is that the international community that are watching the transitional government, because he has specified activities. There are things you're supposed to do. So all those Ruga, whatever, you cannot go into it as head of a transitional government. You can't go into all that. You will just do what we are told to do, which is to supervise the referendum, where Middle Belt will do, the region of Yoruba will do their own, Niger Block will do their own, then yes or no. Those that say they want to be one Nigeria, come and vote. Come and vote. We are not saying you come and fight for your one Nigeria. Those of us that say we don't want one Nigeria, we are also getting ready on the table. So you come and vote. I will vote my yes. No. You will vote your yes. Then they will count it. Then what? That's region by region. So we're explaining to our people some of these things so that they will understand that you don't need to die for this. There's no need for war. You don't need to start calling for war. It's ignorance that is making you to be shouting and calling for war and allowing your people to be killed when the solution is already on the table. And you know the unfortunate thing, sisters, the unfortunate situation that we have found ourselves. The entire global community is moving forward towards a better living for everyone, for all their citizens. But we found ourselves locked up in a cage with people that are more interested in making cows more comfortable than humans. What are we even discussing? Do you know, sometimes I ask myself, what are we even discussing? That I'm discussing whether cows should be citizens of Nigeria or whether my people
it's already citizens. You're the top 4 citizens.
Oh, yes. Yes, cows are already citizens. Whether we'll take the resources that I used to take care of my brothers and sisters to take care of cows and make cows to be more comfortable, to be roaming around everywhere, shitting everywhere, shitting in my house. And they say, what Fulani wants, Fulani we get. So Fulani, we have cows inside my kitchen, shitting, and in my living room. I say, hey, cow, come out, I want to sit down. Because I'm in the world with Fulanis. And as if that is not bad enough, my dear people, the Igbo people, the Igbo men especially, are trapped with one sentimental word called Biafra. Let's go there. Yes, I said it. Let's go there because we're here to discuss.
My dear, discussed it too. I was taken to the cleaners with that word. They took me out.
Talk about it because we're talking about forward. We're saying that somebody for a longest time put the gear on reverse and moving us backwards. Now we say we want to move forward. So every impediment to our moving forward, we want to discuss it on this platform. We want to critically analyze it. We're not here to shout. We'll put it on the table, we reason together, then the superior argument we take over. So let's go there. Biafra. Some sentimental word. They say Biafra. We are not sure what their case is. Is it a case of arrested development or infantile fixation? Sister Mona, you will come and explain to us later, but let me finish because some of these things I cannot understand it. Why is it that a word is inside your head? It's like a broken record. Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Anything they're telling you, Biafra. And you're not able to reason. You're not able to think. Several questions come to my mind. Do Igbo people really know what they want? Do they even want independence? Do they even want freedom? Why do they like to go through a hard way? Why do they like to go through a tough road? When you make things easier for them, they say, no, we must die. We must go through a tough way. Why are they so interested in preserving other people's identity rather than Ndi Igbo identity? Like what happened to them in Nigeria? They were Igbo people at once that built Nigeria. They built Lagos. They built Kano. They built Abuja. They built everywhere. It's Igbo people. But they refuse to build their own land. What is it that is wrong with Igbo men? What is it that is wrong with Igbo people that they say that they would rather preserve the identity of other people rather the identity of Igbo? What is wrong with them? And after they say Yoruba is prospering, Yoruba is doing this. Meanwhile, you have refused to prosper. You are there shouting a word that you don't know the meaning of. You don't even know where it's starting for. Today is de facto. Today is what? Sister Muna, please go ahead, because I don't understand what is the case with our people.
My dear, it's so sad. It is so sad. Especially the one that kills me is that the ones that we left in charge all along. They can speak their English very well. They are very fluent. You know, they dine and wine with the colonial masters and their children. They know how to take it from point A to point. At least that's what we assume. And all along, nothing was being done. And then we mentioned the word Biafra. We feel trapped in it. You know, it's a name that we've heard that's supposed to, especially in the context that it was put towards us. That is supposed to, this has been done to us. We're going to get a nation where we can get all these things done. And we have offered the same thing in a different platform, but because the Biafra name is not associated with it, they are not getting it. Our people are still not getting that if we get this referendum, and even those promising them Biafra have mentioned the word referendum, they were okay with that. But when we are mentioning in a context where there will not be chaos, they will not die, they are not understanding it. And we're saying, my people, the time has come, the hour has come for us to accept what has been given to us. This Christ has died and carried the cross. Do not go and build another cross and carry on your own so that you look pathetic. Nobody will believe you. This is a no-brainer. There is no reason why by now we are not understanding that Nina has done the war. Nina has done the work. They have done everything. They have engaged the international communities. They have followed the UN protocol. They have established a map, which some people are telling you now, that's what they're trying to do. You have to identify the territory and do UN this. And some of them are even trying to go back to 1937, when the UN 2007 has taken over the requirements for the indigenous people. So we're saying, please don't complicate things for our people. They have already been ruffled by rogue franchise. We have been taken to cleaners. They even stole from us and turn around and called us criminals. We have seen it all. You know, they care. What's that? I mean, it's Nigerian government here. They've taken away my destiny somehow. But they didn't come to my house and steal from me and call me criminal. So I can even give them credit from that perspective. All we're saying is that the work has been done. The work has been done. Key is so that you will not be left behind. Because whether you are in the train or not in the train, we are going. We are going. We are going. We are going. So the only thing that the only thing is that go ahead.
Yeah, when you finish, that he wants to put add a word, you know, like if we are discussing, she heard what we're talking about, so she wants to give her own idea, you know, on this Igbo nation, you know, because we have like Yorubas. The Yorubas are working hard on the Yoruba nation, you know, and it's working for them. They are working for their nation. You can see things happening and all that. So sometimes we mention Ndi Igbo, then we talk of Igbo nation, you know. So she wants to give her own opinion on what we are discussing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Ndidi, please go ahead.
Okay. Yes, I'll talk about the Igbo nation, but before I even go there, I'll mention a bit of Biafra. And what it is this, and I'm well placed to talk about Biafra because my dad, Ambassador Raf Wechwe, he actually opened the Nigerian embassy at Paris in the 60s. And he resigned from that position, a very good position, to be a representative for Biafra. And it was my dad who got the French to support Biafra and to fund it. So my father, Ambassador Richard, was a President General for 2 terms. He was very much a backer of Biafra. But I can tell you this, that after the war, and despite everything that happened, he thought it best to bury that word Biafra and the whole Biafra thing, and for Igbo to just be looking for self-determination. So self-determination is, so when we're talking about Igbo nation, we're actually talking about self-determination. There are Igbo people in London, like I'm one of them. We're in London, we're in England. England is not called Biafra. It's called United Kingdom. But the countries have self-determination. It's a free society. We feel good there. We meet our potentials there. We feel safe there. It's not called Biafra. We have Igbo people living in America. America is not called Biafra, yet Igbo people are living there, able to have the self-determination of the area and to meet their potentials and be happy. The same China, Malaysia. So the name is not so important. It is what is going on inside the nation. And Biafra is not an Igbo word, but we want a word for Igbo that all Igbo will be happy with. Ijo call themselves Ijo. Anan call themselves Anan. So I think Igbo have always been called Igbo. And if we want to change our name, we need to do it by due process and by agreement. Because some Igbo, they like the word Biafra. I have been very happy in England and in Britain. I may want the word New Britain. I may say, no, I want Igbo land to be called New Britain. Somebody may want it to be called Biafra. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we need to follow due process. And everybody chooses. It is disrespectful for somebody to just say, I like Biafra, I'm going to call the land Biafra, everybody's going to be called Biafra, and they didn't ask the people. It's not, this is what will cause anger and animosity. We don't want division among the people. What we do know is that the word people has been settled by our ancestors. Let's stick with it. If we're going to change, everybody who wants the name to change, our name to change, and the name of our land, we should follow due process so that we don't cause chaos and we don't cause divisions among ourselves. And the other people watching, Ijon watching, and now watching people, they're going to say, look at these people always fighting. Do we even want to have anything to do with such a people who can't even get on amongst themselves? So it's not looking good. So I think we need to think carefully about this thing and do it in a proper way. Now, there's a book I read when you're about 11 years old. It's called The Secret Garden. And it's by an author called Frances Hudson Burnett. And she wrote something that I'm going to read out. It's called Strange New Things. At first, people refuse to believe that a strange new thing can be done. Then they begin to hope it can be done. Then they see it can be done. Then it is done. And all the world wonders why it was not done centuries ago. So for me, where we are at now is this. There is no union called Nigeria because we have no constitution. So we are now in a position to start a new change for ourselves. And so when we talk about Igbo nation, I'm actually thinking of better than Igbo nation because what Igbo want is self-determination for themselves. They want resource control and they want to feel safe. The way that the Lower Niger Congress have done it is they've taken about 22 years now to talk to all the other ethnic nations. And they've all agreed that it would be good for us to be together in a nation. Each people, like the Afik, in the land of the Afik, will have resource control and self-determination. Ijo, in the ancestral land of Ijo, will have self-determination and resource control. Igbo, in their own ancestral land, will have self-determination and resource control. So nobody can dominate anybody. It's a bit like the United Kingdom. Nobody can dominate anybody. So that to me is a better thing to look forward to. A nation where you have all these different ethnic nationalities. It could be a more substantial nation because don't forget that when you have your nation, when you have your nation, you go to the United Nations. You don't want to be one small country, inconsequential, nobody's listening to you. So when we come together under the Lower Niger bloc, it should be a substantial country. And we don't know the name of the country. Right now, we don't know the name. We're just calling it Lower Niger bloc because it's for administrative purposes. It's a temporary name. When the time comes, all the ethnic nationalities there will vote for names. So let's not be bothered about the name. So that would be the kind of nation that we would have. And we would have what we call charters of relationship. So the way that we will be relating with the Afik, the Anan, everybody will be determined. So nobody can dominate the other. If you look at the world today, look at Germany. Take Germany, look at Germany, all the technology, look at all the stuff they've got. They've got Audi, Mercedes, Volkswagen, BMW, they've got all this. Still, big, powerful Germany is looking for alliances. It's in Schengen. It's in the EU. It's in NATO. You see what I'm saying? So everybody is making alliances. Mm-hmm. So we don't want to say, this is going to be on our own. That is what was happening 300 years ago, not now, 21st century. So I think that this is important.
Yes.
And I'll go back a bit to Biafra, that word Biafra. I'm talking about us doing a strange new thing. Let everything be new and fresh. Biafra is a word that was meant to Igbo when Igbo were part of Nigeria. Left to me, I want to get rid of everything about Nigeria because it has got nothing but trouble in every single way. So let's bury Nigeria and then Biafra that came from Nigeria. Biafra was only for about a year and a bit in Igbo history. And the vision, if I had a vision for the Lower Niger bloc, we are, when I look at the people of the Lower Niger bloc, we are united by our religion. We have because of that, we have the same culture. We have a Christian culture. So we can get on very well. So I would just see that block, in my mind, I'd have something like, it would be the most prosperous and peaceful country in Africa. So everything is here. If you want to do tennis, we're going to try and do the best in tennis. If it's football, we're going to try and do the best. If it's to do, art, we'll be the best. Whatever it might be, medicine will be the best. Dentistry would be the best. This kind of thing, but keeping together as the Lower Niger Congress has worked hard. And what we need to remember is it's not about me. Let's think community. Somebody will need to, whatever any evil person wants. Yes, that's what you want. But we now need to come together and vote on what the whole community wants. And that's how we should be looking at it.
Thank you, Sister Ndidi.
And we need to always follow due process.
Thank you. We want to let you go because it's been a struggle for you to where you're trying to call in. So do you have final words for our people before we now summarize what you told them? Please give us your final words.
Okay. Yes. I just regret that I wasn't able to sort of follow the way that we had planned. But what my final words to our people is this. Lower Niger Congress has done so much of the work. We are at the ending stages. It's because of Lower Niger Congress that we even have some hope right now. Otherwise, the Fulani would wipe us out. It's the Lower Niger Congress that came up with this constitutional force majeure that then took it to the Yorubas who agreed and to the Minabels who agreed. So I see it as God's providence is this constitutional force majeure. The people of Lower Niger Congress, if you look at their credentials, they are lawyers. The head of it is a Nishikiri man, and he's a lawyer. You've got the Secretary General, he's a lawyer with expertise in jurisprudence. These are people who know what they're doing and where they're going. So I would say to not just the legal, but all the people of the South and Southeast, please, we are the ones delaying our freedom. And the more we delay, more of us are dying. So we're crying and shouting in fear because we're dying, but we ourselves are delaying it. The road is there, the constitutional force majeure. If you don't understand it, Go and read about it and see the expertise that was done. So go and key into it. And when you look at all the work that the people of Lower Niger Congress have done, we know it needs money. For me to even do this phone call, I needed to buy data. So why don't we begin to, we're all over 18. We know that these things cost money. Why don't we begin to start funding these things? We're not doing it for Lower Niger Congress. We're doing it for our own freedom. Because I can tell you now, as a police officer, I can see clearly that the Fulani, there are two things that they want from all of us, me included and you. Either they will kill you to take your land, or they're going to make life so bad that you're going to run away as a refugee. So I'm going to tell what's going to happen. I have plans I'm going to look for. If things get so bad because illegal and the South Africa are not doing what they should, I'm a British citizen. It's my parents that are Nigerian. I'm going to fly off and leave this place. Because God has made this pathway for us, this constitutional force majeure for us to jump into it and to get into the promised land. And we should do that. So what I'm trying to say is this, is that do not delay. Some of us will run off in a different way if there's a delay. We're not going to wait around. Brochures, there's some flyers at the Board of the Truth. They made them up. I printed my own. I made mine in black and white because it's cheaper and I can therefore make more. I use my money to do that. And I'm giving it out to Ogunuku, which is my grandmother's village, and Awashi. Do the same. Begin to get involved in your own rescue. Because they're not saying, well, what are the white people doing? It's what are we doing for our own rescue? You know, when the white people were rescuing themselves, did we have them? You know, so let's be doing. And as I said, we are so close to the end. So close to the end. And we need to, all this mentality over the after. As I said, my dad, he got the funding for it. He buried it. But he was always for self-determination for legal. And as Ohanese, there was a meeting in, I think, Florida, and my dad was there. He got MNC representative to talk for a few minutes about this constitutional force majeure. My dad supported it. Okay? So we need to know that this is the way out for us. God has helped us, and it is easier than having to fight Fulani. So that is the other option. So this is my very last word. It was a Greek man. His name is Socrates. He said, the secret of change is to focus all your energy, not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Let's see, in my mind, is Nigeria, this Nigeria that we see, this fake Nigeria that has no constitution, is gone. I'm spending my energy and my visions and my hopeful inspiration on the new country that's going to be for Southeast and South together. And that new country is going to be the best country in all of Africa.
Absolutely.
We are going to be kind of policing Africa. So if there's any problem anywhere in Africa, if the people there in Africa, they've had a hurricane or they have an earthquake or volcano, whatever it might be, we will send our experts to help them. If there's any trouble anywhere in Africa, all the other African countries will trust our love and our expertise. We will go and help them. We will be the voice of Africa. We will have the best food, all sorts of wonderful things. This is the vision I have. I'm not even bothering about saving this old thing called Nigeria. My energy is on focusing on that area being the very, very best. Tourists will want to come. Everybody will want to come, and then we will show them and what we've got, and we will all enjoy it together. This is my last word.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sister Ndidi. You've said so much. We appreciate you. I'll let you go now so that I'll summarize what you have said to our people. We appreciate you. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Bye. All right. So people, it's so fully loaded. The word of God, he said, behold, I do a new thing. Behold, I do a new thing. All things have passed away. New things are here. Nigeria is dead. Bury Nigeria. And Sister Ndidi said that what we're looking at is, what Ninas is looking at is, you come to the table as an indigenous person. If you are an Igbo man, come to the table as an Igbo man. If you are an Ijaw man, come to the table as an Ijaw man. If you are Efik, Ibibiu, do not deny who you are. Yoruba man, do not deny your identity. For those of you that are always accusing us, why are you always talking Igbo? Because I'm Igbo. I was born Igbo. I don't want to be any other thing but Igbo. I love being Igbo. And the good thing about it is that I don't want to stop you, Ijo man, from being Ijo man, being Ijo woman. But we're saying, whoever you are, bring your identity to the table so that we negotiate, we form alliance, we talk how we want to move forward. The old thing is dead. We cannot put this new wine in an old wine skin. Everything will be destroyed. We have a new wine coming. Nina's has given us a new wine. And we have new protocol that we use to drink this new wine. So those of you that are shouting, Biafra, 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 we are asking you, what do you want? Self-determination or a name? If it's self-determination you want, go to who you are, who your forefathers are, because that is where UN will negotiate with you from. UN will not negotiate with you as one name that you are calling yourself because you are not known. It's like some people say when you get to heaven, if you bleach yourself, you used to be black, you bleach yourself to fair. Now God will not identify you. God will say, even your forefathers will not identify you. So it's all about identification. Are you an Igbo man? Are you an Igbo woman? Are you Efik? Are you Ijo? Are you Urobo? Are you Ibibio? Are you Yoruba? Are you Hausa? Whoever you are, who your forefathers were, that we can identify you with, come to the table with it. Let's negotiate. We don't need to fight. We don't need to kill ourselves over this. It's been done all over the world. And what Sister Ndidi is saying is that the type of nation we will build, we will be able to help other Africans. We'll be able to put things in place. This is a new thing. Why are you staying away from the new thing and you want to kill yourself with the old thing? Who did it? Because Mona, please go ahead.
No, my sister, I'm agreeing with you. Who did this to us for real? Who did this to us? You know, this is not too hard for you to figure out. Just do the right thing, my people. Go to bed and sincerely pray about it. One thing that our good Lord does that you guys will never receive in your church is when you sit with him in sincerity and say, I want to know more. I want to understand more. And you see that you're sincere. I'm telling you, by the time you leave that place of worship or prayer, you will see signs and wonders to make you know that he's actually listening. So we have, the work has been done, 22 years and counting. And then when you look at constitutional force major, 18 days and counting. So we are getting down there. You know, there is no reason to panic. You can see that the federal government have turned into a Fulani government. They will come on air and lie to you and take pictures with their terrorist friends and their bandit friends and their criminal friends. They said, oh, they are doing this thing. They will bypass the other village and kill the other village, you know. And then they are good people and as if we don't have hunger in our land. Then when our brothers, sisters will steal a cell phone, we put a tire on their head and burn them up. And these people are busy collecting money for their own people. When they steal and kidnap a whole bus, they will go and negotiate with the government and give them millions. And the little fire will go from the back door and collect the billions back and send them off to go and collect some more. My dear, running in circles. And then they will get their cows and put farm. There's a one I saw farm, cow was sitting there checking out the farm, or farm was checking out the cow. I said, wow, what a nation. When we have so much to offer our people, all we are doing is offering it to a cow. It's a no-brainer. So we're ready to take calls. Please call us. And we posted our numbers there, but I'm going to call it out. So it's no longer Zoom. This is the StreamYard. I've sent out the link if you want to come in person, if you're bold enough to come in person. And I also have the WhatsApp number, which is +1 774 338 0942, +1 774 338 0942. And the number goes as so. You can also call it as a phone number or a WhatsApp number. Any of those is okay. And then for the link is pinned on the screen if you want to use the link to join in person. So the phone number again is +1 774 3380942. This is the same number that we post on our platform every week. So it has not changed. And we'll go from there. But if not, we can go ahead with our take-home points. Sister Augustus, do you have anything else to add while we're waiting for calls? And join it.
Yeah. What we're telling people is that we want to follow due process. In Africa, we want to begin to teach Africa how to follow due process. If I say something and you don't like what I said, there's a due process to disagree. You don't need to stand up and slap me. Say, who told you to say? No. So we want to begin to change Africa. We want to change the whole geographical space. We change even your family, how you deal with your children, your wife and your children. There's something called democracy. I have my view, you have your view, but we don't need to kill ourselves because of it. We have due process. Let's follow due process. We don't need to die. You don't need to kill me because I said what you said. I don't like it. So if your name, you want to form a nation and you have a name in your mind, let's put it to test. Referendum is coming. Say what you want. Express yourself. Then all the people that said one thing will be in one side. All the people that said another one will be in one side. That's civilization. You see, when you do things that way, because sometimes some people say, if you form your nation, Igbos will kill themselves. No, we will not kill ourselves. We are not stupid. Are you the one running our homes for us? Are we killing ourselves in our homes and families? We are all over the place in America, UK. We are there working. How come we're not killing ourselves there? We are doing things that we come in a community, we work there, and things will move forward. How will it be when we now come our own nation, we will not move forward? That's a lie of the devil. We are not going to kill ourselves. And that's why we are putting due process in place for people to begin to learn how to do things the proper way. When you want to do something, you put it to vote. We said in Nigeria, we don't have a constitution, so we need to make one. So politicians, you won't come and tell us, no, we want to amend it. No, you're lying to yourself. We say we want to stop lying. We want to stop being a fraudulent nation. We want to stop building on a structure that is fraudulent. We say we want to come clean. Tell your politicians, tell your people that we, the people, say we want to come clean. We want to build afresh a home where our children will have a voice, where internet will be strong, where we will have road, where we will have water, where we have access to healthcare, where we will have everything that other human beings won't have other places. We are human beings, and that's human rights. But we will follow a protocol, due process, internationally acclaimed in the time. It's not the one of 1933. What is wrong with my people? They say 207. There's a model of 207, a vehicle that is 207. You want to bring antiquity of 1933 for me to ride, to enter inside. Are you all right? What is wrong with you, Igbo people? You should be getting ashamed of yourself. I told in a platform, I said very soon, people will have to be careful what they say, because when you talk, you just show yourself that you're stupid. But if you keep quiet, you will not know that you're stupid. You understand? You know, when you keep quiet and you're stupid, nobody will know. So everybody will be walking, everybody answering doctor, doctor. Nobody will know. But one moment you open your mouth and stupidity comes out. They say, I thought he was a doctor. I thought that was a professor. Why are you saying this type of stupid thing? Meanwhile, if you kept quiet, we wouldn't have known. We'll be calling you doctor, professor, if you kept quiet. So very soon, people that don't have anything in their brain will stop talking in the public. Because when you talk in the public, our people will know that you're stupid. And that's what we're teaching our people. That's what we're here in platform, to teach our people what is. This is 21st century. So we're teaching our people. And they're learning fast. Hey, our children are learning, they're learning. So very soon, you doctors and professors, when you speak to our children, they'll tell you, hey, Baba, do you want to drink? You want buy wine? Come to a corner. Let's give you palm wine and you see you, so that you keep yourself busy there. Why we go and do what we need to do? Is there anybody coming to Tamuna?
Not yet.
Can go ahead, Sister Augusta.
Oh my God. I'm muted. I didn't even know. I said, let us go ahead and take the take-home points. Since we don't have callers yet.
Okay, I'll pull that out.
There's a meeting, Brother Tony's meeting that is coming up. I think we're almost at time for it, 6 p.m. Nigerian time. So please log in, get ready. You need to be in that meeting. He's meeting with politicians, and we need to tell them one or two things that they didn't know before. It's power to the people. So
I think the meeting is already ongoing. It started at 6 p.m.
already. Oh, okay. Please, let's close up and let's finish up and go and join them.
All right. So are we seeing this screen? This is telling me that I'm not connected. I don't know what it's doing. Can you see this screen?
It's small. You need to enlarge it. We can see the screen, but it needs to be enlarged.
What about now?
Let's see. No, it just needs to be enlarged. I can see something there. But you can go ahead. But I can see something there, but it's not enlarged. Like you need to click on it. You can see it's posted. Yeah, we need to talk to those our politicians and teach them one or two things, because this is 2021. This is not 1604. So it's time to move forward. We need to get the people's aspiration on board, not what they think, not what they feel. Our people are dying and we need to move forward. We're not waiting for 2023. Nope, nope, nope. We're not even waiting for 2022. We are doing it now. Mr. Moon, I'm just talking
Right.
why.
So I think, yeah, I don't know if I have the take-home point. This whole thing is acting funny. It's telling me that I don't have rights to Google link or something. It's weird.
Oh my
Anyway, so yeah, so that's all that is showing on the screen. Whereas I have the take-home point. All right, so our take-home point today is that those that created the Boko Haram used it to seize power in 2019. They have also created militia called Herdsmen and later renamed it Bandits to penetrate southwest and southeast through the Middle Belt. We are now informing the politicians that the Fulanis are the internal colonial masters and not their friends. So it's time for us to tell our political parties to please close shop until we have resolved our sovereignty dispute through an interim government. Those interim government, now somebody is calling. Okay, caller, just hold on. Let me finish reading this. Those who have developed Stockholm Syndrome should follow a due process to obtain the right to protect their so-called one Nigeria and serve their Fulani masters forever. They should also get ready to vote a yes or no at the UN supervised referendum, and also allow others to express their views as well as their views through a democratic process. So I am going to take the caller so that he can. Caller, are you still there? Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay, caller, just go ahead. Go ahead. Of course, whenever he tries to speak, it will end, right? Caller? Oh, I think he got disconnected. All right, so I'm not really, yeah, he got disconnected. So caller, you can call back. I don't know what happened. Your phone got disconnected. I know what to do. I need to take a screenshot of this. That's what I need to do. Okay, sisters, give me 1 minute. Okay, let me have this caller be talking while I. Yes, caller, go ahead. Yeah. Yes, sisters, can you all hear him?
It's muffled.
It's muffled. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Yes, yes. Give me 1 minute. Let me change this mic then so that we can use this.
Okay. All right. Try now.
Okay.
Sisters, can you hear him?
Let me know if I have minutes.
Yes,
it's better now.
They can hear you.
Okay. Hi. Good afternoon, everybody. I've always been a fan. First of all, my name is Ike, and I'm calling from Canada. Actually, I just got back into Canada 2 days ago. I've always followed you guys even before I went to Nigeria, even when I was down there. So today, actually, I called in because of your guest in the way. That was what I called in because of our last point about the Igbo nation. Right? I found out that there is something about most Igbo people, they don't know what happened regarding the word Biafra and all that. Like, I understand that you guys were saying that they don't want to drop the name. And this name, and the last guest made the important thing about self-determination. It's better to get, the name shouldn't be a big deal. But the problem with most of us Igbo these days, like you guys rightfully said, they attach to the name, forgetting that the name will not lead them anywhere, rather than just focusing on getting their self-determination within the lower Niger Congress, alongside with every other ethnic nationalities. So she made mention of our dad, our late dad, Ambassador Wechwe, because my dad know the dad very well. I'm originally from Imo State, but my dad worked with Wechwe during the war. So he told me a lot of things. After the war, where they then decided, because of the animosity, because when Biafra fell, even though before Biafra started, before in 1967, towards around July, it was all the Eastern region that signed up, that gave Ojukwu the mandate to declare Biafra. But when by 1960, late 68, 69, when it was clear that Biafra might fall, the other ethnic nationalities from the Ijaw and other minorities began to distance themselves away from Biafra, because nobody, like they say, defeat is an orphan. Like, nobody wants to associate with Biafra. So they left it for Igbo today. So the idea that our assistant said was what struck me, that she hit what I've been having in my mind, that Igbo should just concentrate on being Igbo. And with that, work with other nationalities. But when you say Biafra, all these other people, they are always suspicious. Like our sister Epi said, she said she wants to be Igbo. Same thing with me. I'd rather just stick with Igbo. I'm no longer about the name Biafra. I'm even willing to, just be Igbo. But at the same time, let others, you can always work with others. And this is the problem that IPOB is not understanding, and every other person. So I really like your guest today. I'm really, really impressed by you ladies, and I pray that you guys will continue doing what you're doing, and do not let any of these distractors or detractors, they will come up and call you names and all that. We've seen it before, but stick to your guns. You guys are on the right path. Self-determination is what we get without unnecessary loss of lives, because of all these lies that have been flying out there by these guys. So I really, really pray, and I commend you guys, and keep up what you're doing. Thanks very much.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you. All right, sister. Go ahead.
Guys, are you done with it? Yeah, I'm really very happy when I see our people that we are talking to, because when you tell our people that we have people, we have people that can reason well. And we're happy when they talk. I want to listen. Honestly, I like listening to people. I don't even like talking. So I like it when people are saying the right thing. I will listen and let it go. And that's what we're calling on all our people. Ndị niile nwere uche, mara otu esi eme ihe, bikonu, tetanu na chi efogo. You need to have somebody. You need to have certificates. Inwe akọ na uche. Nne gị na nna gị mụrụ gị ga-enye gị akọ na uche. Enwere ndị nwere certificate ma enweghị akọ na uche. Nwe ndị nwere akọ na uche nwe certificate, mana ọ ka mma na enwere akọ na uche achọwazie certificate na-enidie ya. So bikonu ka anyị chịkọta okwu ọnụ tata n'ihe anyị kwuru. Nke mbụ, ndị yiwere Boko Haram tu anụ na anụ Boko Haram o nwere ndị yiberie mmadụ mere Boko Haram enwere ndị yiberie mana ihe ha bụ n'obi wee yibie ụka ha dọrọ ike ọchịchị na 2015 ha mekwana ya ọ gara ha ọ bụkwa ha yiwere otu ndị agha a na-akpọ militia ụfọdụ na-akpọkwa ha Fulani herdsmen ha kpagharịzie na ha afa na-akpọzi ha bandit akpọrọ ha militia akpọrọ ha Boko Haram akpọrọ ha herdsmen akpọrọ ha bandit ofu ndị ka ha ndị agha ka ha and ị nwere ihe ha bụ n'obi were abịa ime ihe ebumnobi ha ihe bụ ebumnobi ha ibupụta agha na mba etiti na mba ọdịda anyanwụ na mba ọwụwa anyanwụ na mba Nigeria ya wee ihe ebumnobi ha. Nke atọ, ndị otu Minas na-agwa ndị obodo ka ha gwa ndị otu ndọrọ ndọrọ ọchịchị n'ala ha na ndị Fulani abụghị ndị enyi ha na ndị Fulani abụghị ndị otu ndọrọ ndọrọ ọchịchị ha na ndị Fulani abụghị ndị partner business ha na ndị Fulani bụ ndị iro. Gịnị ka anyị kwuru? Na ndị Fulani bụ ndị iro. Ndị obodo jeenụ gwa ndị ọchịchị ndị ndọrọ ọchịchị nọ n'obodo unu. Anyị asịghị unu gawa Abuja gwa ụmụnne unu na ụmụnna unu nọ n'obodo unu ndị ebe ka unu gwa ha ndị nọ na ndọrọ ndọrọ ọchịchị na ndị Fulani ọwụ Fulani abụ Fulani ọ bụ Fura ihe ọbụla ha na-akpọ onwe ha ha abụghị ndị enyi unu ha bụ ndị iro. Ọzọkwa dịka nwanne ya ndị na-asịsị ka ndị obodo gwa ndị ndọrọ ndọrọ ọchịchị ndị na-anaghị anụ ihe ndị ntị ike ka ha mechigodu ụlọ ahịa politiks ha ka anyị zọtagodo anyị ndị Fulani na-achọ izuru n'ike. Mgbe anyị zọtara anyị ibidozie politikal pati. Kịta awụghọ mgbe a na-eme politikal pati. Kịta bụ mgbe a nọ agha ka anyị napụta ana anyị n'aka ndị Fulani. Nke ise, o nwere ajọ ọrịa a na-akpọ Stockholm Syndrome. Ọrịa ọ na-eme ndị a na-eme mkpagbu ka ha tụgharịa zọbazie ndị na-akpagbu ha. Oke ahịa ka ọ bụ oke ọrịa na oke nrịanrịa dị egwu. Ekwuona na ndị ọrịa bagidere n'ime Nigeria buru ibu. Ha jupụtara na ndị a na-eti one Nigeria, one Nigeria, one Nigeria. Ikwe na ọsị gị one Nigeria. Ha bụ ndị nrịanrịa ọrịa na aya ha. O nwere ihe mebiri ha n'isi. Mana anyị si na nsogbu adịghị agaghị anụrụ ya ọgụ. Ma ha na-arịa ọrịa ma anaghị arịa ọrịa ha ga-esoro usoro. E nwere usoro eji eme ihe. So usoro ahụ anyị na-ekwu maka ya bụ nke a na-akpọ referendum. Maka na ọ bụ usoro ahụ ka mba niile na-eji ekwu ihe dị n'obi ha. So ọ bụrụ na ị bụ onye one Nigeria gawa na referendum ịbịa ịtụnye ihe ị chọrọ. Then ha bụkwa ndị ọzọ si na ha chọrọ ihe ọzọ ka ha tụnye ihe ha chọrọ binye aka n'akwụkwọ kwuo ihe ha chọrọ. Anaghị egburu ya mmadụ. Anaghị anụrụ ya agha. Ọ bụghịkwa na ihe eji ekwu okwu agha na-ama aka. Nsogbu adịghị ya. Ọ bụrụ na ebumnobi gị bụ ife ndị Fulani wee ruo n'ịnwụọ nsogbu adịghị bịawa na referendum. Ịbịa na referendum ibinye aka sị achọrọ m ịbụ ohu ndị Fulani. Hapụkwa na ụmụnne gị ndị achọghị ịbụ ohu ka ha binye aka ka ha wee nawa. Ndewo.
Ndewo. Yeah, thank you, Sister Eki, for that. So I'm going to say the second point in Yoruba. So àkọsílẹ̀ tá ní lónìí tá máa mú lọlé lónìí. Ìkíní, fún àwọn tó dá Boko Haram, wọ́n dá ní 2015 láti gbàgbára lọ́wọ́ àwọn ìjọba. Èkejì, wọ́n tún dá militia tó ń pè ní X-Men. Wọ́n wá yí orúkọ wọn sí bandit. Nǹkan tó fi ṣe kinní nínú wọn ni pé kán ba lè gba àárín middle belt wọ south west àti south east. Ìkẹta, ẹ sọ fáwọn olóṣèlú yín pé àwọn Fúlàní wọn ń ṣe ọ̀rẹ́ wa. Àwọn Fúlàní, àwọn ló máa ń pè ní internal colonial masters. Wọn ń ṣọ̀rẹ́ wa, wọn ò dẹ̀ ń ṣọ̀rẹ́ àwọn olóṣèlú. Ìkẹrin, ẹ sọ fáwọn olóṣèlú pé kán palẹ̀ mọ́ close shop títí tá a máa fi gba àríyànjiyàn ọba aláṣẹ láti interim government. Ìkarùn-ún, àwọn tó ń tàn wá tó ń ní stock ní oh, I don't know how to translate this real good. I'm coming.
Just boy Stockholm Syndrome.
Stockholm Syndrome, yeah. Yeah, wọ́n ní láti tẹ̀lé ohun tó yẹ ká tẹ̀lé fáwọn tó ń ṣe One Nigeria lápá kan. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ ṣe One Nigeria lápá kan yẹn, àwọn náà ló ń jẹ́ ẹrú àwọn Fúlàní. Ó dẹ̀ máa jẹ́ ẹrú Fúlàní láéláé títí di láéláé. Number 6. Wọ́n ní láti múra, gbogbo wa ní láti múra láti dìgbò. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ní UN supervised referendum. Òun ló máa jẹ́ kí àwọn tó fẹ́ kán lọ ní apá kan, àwọn tó dẹ̀ fẹ́ lọ kán dúró sí apá kejì. Gbogbo kíní la máa ṣe láàrin democratic process la máa lò láti dé ọ̀nà yìí tá a fẹ́ lọ. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So we are about to call it a day. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Hopefully next week we'll get to meet again. We are rushing to go to a meeting. So please share this video, tell other people about it, like, subscribe. And when you do that, what we are interested in is actually for you to get notification when we come online. But if you feel like you're a warrior and you can remember when to go and look for us on Saturdays, that's fine. Because some of you would think, oh, because we're saying share and we thought that we want money. No, we are doing fabulously well. We don't want 10 cents from Facebook. So it's just for you to get notification. But if you don't want to do that, be sure to be logging on or logging in at the time that we come on and help us to share this good news. We don't want our people to be struggling anymore. There's nothing to struggle for. We just need them to key into the NINA's process so we can get to our destination. It's not that difficult, people. It's not that difficult. And for those of you trying to create a strategy, when a strategy is already in place, please go check yourself. Go and meet your nearest psychiatrist just for him to make sure that your brain is not, you're not losing your mind. We need to go home. Our people have been led into the wilderness for 8 years. Now you want to lead them to the Mediterranean Sea for another 20 years. And who wants to continue to do this? We need our lives back. So we are good to go. Sisters, okay. So I'm going to end the show. You'll have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much, Aisha, and everybody else. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mm.